You know donuts aren't good for you. But that's just your opinion, man. So this is another non-argument I get a lot, which is it's just your opinion as a non-argument. And I usually get this more from any sort of position that is reasoned to, rather than a position or a claim that is generated by some like measurement standard, right? Like no one really argues over the height of Mount Whitney. People argue over whether the draft is right or wrong. So when you make a claim, hey, slavery is immoral. We already know that slavery is immoral, and the draft makes people work against their will. Therefore, it's like slavery and also immoral. And people say, well, that's just your opinion. It's like, no, it's not. I gave you the reasoning that brought me to that conclusion. Do you want to refute that reasoning? It's like, okay, no, you're just dealing with opinion. This is also true when you are doing any sort of criticism. Criticism, a great way to think of criticism is it is analysis plus judgment. Analysis is contained within the judgment. So it's analysis plus judgment. That's criticism. So if you criticize something, you're not just saying like, I don't like it. You're saying, I don't like it, and here's the reasons that I don't like it, or I don't think it's effective, and here's the reasons that I have for that. And a refutation of that criticism would be to say, well, let me point you to these other things that I think make it work. And that's the sort of conversation we should have when we're talking about art. Instead of saying, well, you know what, man, that's just your opinion. It's like, well, no, not really, because I reasoned towards it, because I'm not measuring like the height of Mount Whitney does not mean that it's suddenly relegated to the realm of pure opinion. Here's a great example of criticism. Let's say I'm going to make this criticism. I don't think it was a good idea to paint every wall and the ceiling bright red, because when people walk in, they look red from all the light reflecting off the red walls, and it makes them look like they're constantly blushing. There's a criticism. Now, I'm not saying I don't like red. I'm not saying I don't like the color red or the red walls. Like, I don't think it was a good idea to paint them red. I think it is bad that they are painted red because of the result of painting them red. You know, we can't tell what people's emotions are because they just look red all the time. They look blushing, and that tricks us out. So you have a reasoned perspective. And then if you just say, well, that's just your opinion, it's like, well, it's not just my opinion. It's a very, very supported position. Like, I have reasoned to that conclusion. So anyway, that's one that I get a lot. And just because you're talking about art doesn't mean that your perspective is meaningless, especially if you reason towards it. And if you're dealing with any kind of philosophical discussion, make people refute the reasoning of what you're doing, not just say, well, it's your opinion. It's very lazy to say that it's your opinion. And as a sophistic device, the whole idea is once you say that it's opinion, it's like saying, well, I like the color red. You know, I like red and I like dragging cufflinks, right? Then that just makes it meaningless, right? It's just like, oh, well, it's just your opinion, therefore it has no reality. It's not fact. And that's not the way that those sorts of things work. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys have a great, great day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and all that kind of fun business. And let me know what you think. I am always appreciative of good conversations, even the ones that are very, very against my point of view, because you're only going to sharpen a razor with a stone, you know? So thanks so much. Have a great one.